Hello YouTubers, Victorinox fan here with another knife review. Sorry if I sound I'm speaking fast, this is my third time shooting this video. First two times I ran out of space, so I'll try to be quick. So I've got a new knife review for you today. It's a Spyderco, my first Spyderco knife. I'm really excited. I got this about 5 weeks ago and I've been carrying it pretty much every single day and using it. Not only in my general cut tasks like for food, letter, honor loads, but even in the backyard for light tasks. Cutting open bags of soil, mulch, stuff like that. Cutting open zip ties. You know, the stuff that holds the yard waste bags together. Like cutting tasks like that, but generally what you'd expect to use from a small EDC pocket knife. Executive summary: it kicks ass. This is an excellent knife. Oh, forgot to put that in there. Well, doesn't matter. It's an excellent knife. And I would heartily recommend this to anybody who is looking for, their first Spyderco. This is a great knife. You should get it. And let me go and explain why. So here's your box. I forgot to put this in, but this is a piece of paper that comes with it. Education. Haha, very funny. So, this goes on explaining, some of the benefits of the Delica 4, some of the improvements, etc. and this particular line. Flat ground Endura and Delica lightweights are produced in limited numbers as part of the 2010 production lineup. So, from what I hear, this is more of like, test run to see how popular is it. And from what I hear, it is doing quite well. You might want to get your hands on these soon before they run out. Well, look at that. Isn't that a vibrant looking knife? That's the first thing that came to my mind when I held this about 5 weeks ago and I opened it. I'd actually, FYI, had done an unboxing vid, but for some reason the audio got totally screwed up, so I never got around to posting that. You could see it, but it was like for half the video there's just like a scratchy noise instead of audio. It's weird. It's a very vibrant blue. The camera is not quite accurate, I will be honest. It's a little bit brighter in the camera than it is showing right now, but it is a very vibrant blue. Let's just say it's not a concealed carry knife, tactical. It's, bright blue, satin finish blade, not exactly what. If you're looking for an uber tactical knife, this isn't it. I'm telling you right now. This is a everyday carry, I carry a general pocket knife for my light duty tasks that is one, easy to find, and two, stands out and looks nice. From the usual black, OD green, coyote brown. And don't get me wrong, I like those colors, they're nice. But, variety is the spice of life, and I'm comfortable in my own masculinity to carry tactical looking knives. This bright blue is very appealing to me. So, let's go on the knife. FRN handle, very comfortable. Handle length is approximately, if I'm not mistaken, about 4 1/4 inches, about 108 millimeters. The overall length is 7 1/8 inches, 181 millimeters. Blade length, if I'm not mistaken, it was something like 73 or 72 millimeters. I forget exactly. I think it was 73. 2 7/8 inches. The cutting edge, approximately just a hair under, what's it called? No, the blade length is just a hair under 3 inches, but the cutting edge is about 65 millimeters, which I think in the other format is like 2 9/16 an inch. Not 100% sure on that. Blade thickness. Okay, I'm getting all the specs out of the way now for the sake of time. 2.5 millimeters. Keep this in mind. This is a thinner knife than your regular Delica. If you've used or handled a regular Delica, this will be a thinner stock. At the thickest point is 2.5 millimeters, and it tapers down here as well as down here due to the full flat grind. This is not a prying tool. If you've used your Delica 4 as a prying tool and come away dissatisfied with it, I guarantee you this will not change your mind. In fact, I would highly advise against it because this tip is thin. It will break on you if you do stupid shit with it. This is a cutting tool, and that's really what it's meant to be. If you need a pry bar, get a pry bar, or buy like a pry bar knife, something like a 0 tolerance that can handle that kind of stuff. This won't. This, what it does make for, is an insanely sharp slicing tool that will cut anything in its path. I will show you with some newsprint. I've had this for about 5 weeks and only touched it up on my strop and once on my Spyderco Sharp Maker. As you can see, it will slice anything. Clean cuts on newsprint. This isn't, you know, the thick paper stock. No, this is the thin stuff. Sharp. And that's due to not only the blade shape, blade grind, and steel, but also the edge geometry put on it. They did a great job with the edge geometry. I'll get to that in a minute. So the FRN handle, blue, got the bidirectional texturing, very grippy, really very grippy, got great traction. Nested steel liners. Add some strength without adding too much weight. It's a very light knife considering the size, and you don't feel it in your pocket. You really don't. It's a very light knife. The ergonomics are fabulous. Really, it just rests right in your hand, and your hand closes like this. Fits all my fingers fine. I've got a medium large-ish hand. Medium large hand, and that jimping grabs perfectly. I've never had a knife with good jimping before, and this is really, you know, changed my mind on what jimping can do to hold your finger back. Awesome job in that. It fits your hand like a glove, and cutting open anything, it does a fabulous job. Great. Blade, as I mentioned, is not a prying tool, it's a slicing demon. The edge geometry, let me see if I can focus in on that. As you can see, it's got a very nice relief cut, if I'm not mistaken. That relief cut is approximately 30 degrees, and the micro bevel is about 40 degrees, which is what I maintain, and that's more than enough for the slicing prowess you get out of it. It's great at that. Construction is pivot screws, steel, VG10. Pivot screws, you can obviously tighten this, open it apart using a simple, you know, Torx screwdriver thing you buy at your local hardware store. They're cheap as hell. Every knife collector needs to own something like this. Especially folding knife collector, because all these companies seem to use torque bits. 4-way mountable pocket clip. I keep mine standard right hand tip up. I've not found the need to change it. It's ergonomic. It fits nicely. I don't like tip down, not because of the position of the clip for pulling it out, but more so just I don't like it when it grabs this part of the finger going or wrapping around that metal clip. I find it uncomfortable. That's my only gripe against tip down. Nothing to do with the speed of deployment. It's fast enough either way. Well, speaking of that, you can open like that, or if you're inclined to, see, I keep mine tight, so I don't usually flick it out, but you can flick it out quite fast. Right, back to steel. VG10, great steel. Now, I'm not a pro sharpener, so I don't know about some people who want steels like, you know, M4 or ZDP189, but if you don't want to spend too much time sharpening like me, then this is a good steel to work with. It's harder than your 440C or AUS 8, but it holds an edge great, and it stays sharp for a while. It's got an incredibly fine grain structure. This is a good, you know, mid-upper, I'd say mid-upper grade steel. It's not one of the high-end steels, but it's not a mid-end or low-end. It's kind of in between the mid and the upper end. It's a very popular steel, and it seems to be the, you know, primary steel used by the Seki City, Japan manufacturing plants, and it works great. It really does. No qualms against it. It's got good corrosion resistance, and it's handled everything I've thrown in it, and it's still, you know, hair popping sharp. And it holds its edge great. Grind is great. Aesthetics is great. I think I've covered this knife, and I think I'll leave that with my closing comments, that the Spyderco Delica 4 full flat grind is an awesome knife. And anybody who owns Spydercos is probably familiar with this and wants to get one, or is new to Spydercos, this is a great way to start, especially if you're looking for a nice little EDC option and not an uber tactical knife. Don't get me wrong, I love tactical knives, they're cool, but if you want to, you know, axe knife you're going to carry every day, this is a good, reliable, strong, well, relatively strong considering the blade, knife that'll slice pretty much all your daily tasks. So, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, my next review will involve a Swiss Army knife, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed. Rate, comment, no, they don't have the rating system. Well, thumb up, thumb down, like it.